Hey, what's up? It's Jake from Nimbus DevOps, and I am learning Kubernetes. So I just finished the Tech World with Nana playlist on Docker and Kubernetes, and here are my thoughts. This is an absolutely great place to start. However, it's 4 or 5 years old, and there's a lot of things that have changed. Also, there's a lot of implementation details surrounding security that just are good for like getting started, like hello world type stuff, but are not realistic in the real world. Things like, where do you get your container images from? It probably from a private repository, right? Things like, where do you store your key to get that container image? You probably don't even use long-lived credentials like keys. You probably use a token. So things like that are some patterns that I would like to see, because I think there's a lot of anti-patterns in these getting started type tutorial video series. So overall, I give her 2 thumbs up for the playlist, but I think I'm ready to take this and move on to the next step. And I really think that next step is getting off of Minikube. Minikube is great for starting. It's good for having a local system, but for actually managing and administering Kubernetes clusters, uh, I said from the beginning this was going to be a hands-on thing. We need to start using cloud-managed Kubernetes cluster services like GKE, AKS, and EKS. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start looking at GKE, and we're going to look at deploying stuff there. A lot of the stuff that I did in my workout was good, and I learned how to kind of go through all the steps. But realistically, I'm not going to be doing a lot of that because it's going to be all YAML files. And once the Kubernetes is built, the clusters kind of, you're going to have to manage them. But we're not going to be building a lot of clusters all the time. You might need to join a node or something like that. So I think things like rotating certificates and all that kind of stuff is going to be important. I haven't even gotten to that yet. So next up on my list is to do Mushad Mamanbeth's Code Cloud course for CKA and CKAD. We'll see how that goes. My initial thoughts on this are that the CKA is not cloud native. Therefore, a lot of the things I'm learning are good for understanding what's going on under the hood, but ultimately not going to serve me well in the context of actually doing the job at an employer. In order to do that, the best thing to do is get into the cloud documentation and learn more about what the cloud has to offer. So pick a cloud, run with a managed Kubernetes service, and go. So that's it. I'm done with Nana. I'm moving on to Mumshad, and I'm looking forward to the journey, learn a little bit more about CKA, CKAD, maybe get this stupid exam out of the way, and then worry about actually doing this in a practical sense with GCP. If you have any recommendations, as always, let me know. I am all for learning new things, and I am very amenable to this process. But if not, then I'll see you in the next one. My name is Jake with Nimbus DevOps, and I am learning Kubernetes.